No. Come on.
What?
Just look at this. We're suddenly surrounded by beautiful Christmas trees.
Yeah, it's for a Christmas bit I was going to do before you interrupted me.
Oh, Stephen, look. It's snowing.
No. Stop it. No, stop it. This isn't snow. They're just already starting to tear down the Ed Sullivan Theater. This is asbestos. The asbestos is giving the horses the seizures.
Stephen, you just have to believe. Doesn't this prove anything can happen? I mean, minutes ago, you said it was impossible. But look, isn't there a handsome prince standing in front of you right now?
Look, Harry, I'm sorry. Harry. I know you want this, but I'm afraid I have to say I was testing you. You've got the role. Ladies and gentlemen, Harry, the official Late Show Prince of Christmas. We'll be right back with Michael Shannon. Happy Christmas, y'all.
A joy-soaked, love-filled, hilariously over-the-top retelling of the moment, Prince Harry, turned Colbert's stage into his own festive kingdom. There are television moments that spark laughter, and then there are television moments that feel like the universe pressing play on pure joy. Prince Harry gliding, onto Stephen Colbert's stage in the middle of a monologue belongs in the second category. The Late Show studio erupted like a festival crowd when Harry appeared, unscripted, unexpected, and unbothered, delivering one of the most surprisingly wholesome comedy spectacles of the season. This wasn't just a cameo. This wasn't just a celebrity showing up. This was Prince Harry, the people's prince of laughter, gatecrashing late-night television with the swagger of a man who knows he is about to cause chaos in the most charming way imaginable. The audience exploded into cheers. People stood. People screamed. People clapped like they had waited a decade for this reunion. And honestly, they had. Because Stephen Colbert plus Prince Harry is a duo that simply works. It is chemistry. It is timing. It is cheeky royalty meets sharp political comedy. It is the type of pairing that could sell out arenas, dominate Netflix specials, and still leave people wanting more. And tonight, they delivered cinematic, heartwarming, holiday-themed madness. Prince Harry, walking onto Stephen Colbert's stage during the middle of a monologue, was not just a television surprise. It was the kind of joy explosion that only happens once in a while, the kind of moment that feels like a hug from the universe, the kind of wholesome chaos that makes people scream, laugh, and clap with a level of excitement normally reserved for stadium concerts or movie premieres. It started as an ordinary monologue, Stephen Colbert pacing lightly across his stage with the controlled rhythm of a man who has done this thousands of times, delivering punchlines, teasing political scenes, warming up the crowd as effortlessly as breathing. The audience was engaged, laughing, leaning forward in their seats, expecting another typical late-night show. No one knew the next seconds were about to shift the entire atmosphere from regular comedy to pure holiday magic history. Then, without warning, without announcement, without even a dramatic introduction, the audience sensed something. A movement, a silhouette, a presence that felt familiar before it was fully visible. People began whispering, pointing, reacting with that primal recognition that happens when a beloved figure steps into a room. And then he appeared. Prince Harry made his entrance from the side of the stage in the most casual, confident, almost cheekily mischievous way possible, not like a guest waiting for his cue, not like a royal stepping into a formal engagement, but like a man who decided, yes, this is the moment to cause happy chaos. The instant he stepped into the spotlight, the entire studio erupted. Cheers exploded like fireworks. People leapt out of their seats. Some shouted, some screamed his name, some just laughed in disbelief. It was not polite applause. It was not moderate excitement. It was full-body, uncontrollable, electric joy, the kind of cheering that takes on a life of its own. The kind of reaction that says, this is not just any celebrity. This is Prince Harry, the man who can bring energy into a room simply by existing in it. Stephen Colbert froze mid-sentence, blinking as though reality had momentarily glitched, and then grinned with that trademark "what on earth is happening" expression that he saves for moments too good to be scripted. Harry, meanwhile, was glowing, not forced, not stiff, not performing royal duty. This was Harry, at his most vibrant, relaxed shoulders, bright smile, eyes sparkling with mischief and warmth. His walk alone had personality, carrying a mix of humility and confidence, like a man entering a friend's living room rather than a late-night stage in front of millions. You could feel instantly that he knew he was about to deliver joy. You could tell he was enjoying the bedlam he had created. The audience felt honoured just to witness it. This was not a cameo anyone expected. It was not teased in advance. It was not hyped online, leaked, previewed or hinted at. It was a genuine, deliciously spontaneous moment, the kind of television magic that cannot be manufactured. And because no one knew it was coming, the shock magnified everything. The crowd's laughter was louder, the applause longer, the smiles wider. For a few minutes, everyone in that studio forgot real life. They were swept into the kind of festive, cinematic moment that makes people fall in love with television again. But the true delight arrived when Harry explained why he was there. Or rather, how he framed it, with comedic timing so sharp, so unexpectedly perfect, that even Stephen Colbert had to steady himself. Harry said he was there to audition for a Hallmark Christmas movie. Not as an actor, not as a side character, not as a cameo, but as a Christmas prince. The irony was so divine it was almost poetic. Prince Harry, a real prince, wanting to audition to play a fictional prince in a holiday romance film. The meta layers were delightful. The room exploded again, laughter bouncing off the walls, people shaking their heads because the comedy was too good, too charming, too self-aware to handle. And Harry did not treat it like a joke he was reading off a card. He performed. He committed. He delivered the lines with that slightly exaggerated sincerity that Hallmark movies are famous for. A soft, noble tone, gentle pauses, whimsical expressions. He channeled the exact vibe of a romantic holiday hero stepping out of a snowy forest to confess his love to a baker who owns a struggling Christmas cookie shop. It was adorable. It was absurd. It was festive perfection. Stephen Colbert could barely stand upright from laughing. The audience? They were losing their minds. People in the front row were wiping tears from their eyes. One woman was waving her hands in front of her face like she was trying to cool off from joy. The crowd was so loud that at times Harry had to lean closer to Stephen just for him to hear the next line. But Harry was enjoying it, thoroughly, fully, genuinely enjoying the fact that his comedic Christmas Prince audition had turned into an instant late-night classic. The funniest thing was how naturally good he was at it. Harry has always had charm, but today he showed he also has comedic timing, stage presence, and a playful self-awareness that many actors spend years trying to perfect. He wasn't mocking Hallmark movies. He was embracing the fun of them. He wasn't mocking himself either. He was showing a confident, free, joyful version of himself that the world doesn't always get to see. A version with no stiffness, no formality, no constraints. A version who gets to be silly, festive, and unfiltered while millions watch. And the audience adored him for it. Every movement he made, every gesture, every smile triggered waves of applause. When he paused dramatically the way Hallmark actors do, the crowd squealed. When he delivered his mock-romantic line about being just a humble Christmas prince looking for love, the room nearly combusted. There was something deeply wholesome about watching Harry parody a role he could have been born to play. It made people feel close to him, closer than any royal event ever could. Once the audition bit ended, the crowd still wasn't done cheering. They were buzzing, vibrating with energy, whispering to each other like they couldn't believe what they just experienced. It wasn't just laughter, it was affection, love, a collective warmth that filled the entire studio. People were smiling so wide their faces must have hurt. You could see in their reactions how much they admired him. Not as a symbol, not as a title, not as a figure from the headlines, but as a human being who radiates positivity. The chemistry between Harry and Colbert was another highlight. They clicked instantly, the way only true comedic partners do. It felt like two friends bantering, rather than a host interviewing a guest. Stephen's sarcasm met Harry's deadpan humour with flawless rhythm. Harry's earnestness met Stephen's exaggeration in a way that made every line land perfectly. Together, they crafted a performance that felt natural, unscripted, and effortlessly entertaining. It was like watching two people who genuinely enjoy each other's company. Two people who get each other's humour. Two people who know that making the world laugh is a form of kindness. When the internet saw the clip, everything exploded. Within minutes, social media was flooded with reactions, memes, quotes, edits, and fan tributes. People called it the funniest TV moment of the month, the best surprise appearance of the year, and even the most charming Prince Harry moment ever. Platforms were trending with phrases like Christmas Prince, Prince Harry Colbert, and iconic. TikTok was full of slow-mo edits of Harry walking onto the stage like the main character of a holiday rom-com. Twitter was full of all-caps messages screaming in mutual excitement. People begged Hallmark to cast him in an actual Christmas movie. Fans posted Christmas trees with captions like, "Decorating early because Prince Harry just blessed us." It wasn't shallow excitement, it was heartfelt joy. People were uplifted, people were comforted. People said things like, "I needed this today more than I knew," and "This is the serotonin boost of the century." It was a global moment of shared happiness. Even those who don't normally keep up with celebrity news found themselves laughing and smiling because the energy was too irresistible to ignore. What makes it even more meaningful is the emotional subtext behind all the laughter. Prince Harry being able to step onto a stage like this, free, playful, humorous, authentic, is a testament to how far he has come. This is a man who has reclaimed his voice, regained his joy, and built a life where he is allowed to be himself. Not the version shaped by institutions, not the version controlled by protocols, but the real version, warm, mischievous, sincere, expressive, funny, deeply human. There was a glow about him, a sort of inner brightness that made the moment feel even more precious. You could see he was comfortable. You could see he was happy. You could see he was in his element. And that authenticity is what people responded to. They weren't cheering for a title. They were cheering for a person they genuinely appreciate. As he wrapped up the moment with Colbert, the two exchanged a look that said everything. We just created a viral moment. And they had. The crowd took one last wave of applause as Harry exited, leaving behind a room filled with bursting laughter, full hearts, and people who would be talking about this appearance for weeks. The energy stayed in the air long after he walked backstage, a festive, joyous, glowing energy that made the studio feel almost enchanted, like the set had been touched by Christmas magic. Prince Harry didn't just appear on The Late Show. He transformed it. He elevated it. He turned an ordinary Wednesday night into a sparkling holiday memory. He gave people something to celebrate, something to smile about, something to hold on to in a season that thrives on warmth and connection. This was the kind of moment that becomes a clip people replay every year during the holidays. Smiling at the memory of the night, Prince Harry became, even jokingly, the world's favourite Christmas prince.
Wow, wow, wow. This sounds very, very interesting and impressive. And for my all peculiar and amazing Sussex family, thank you all for watching, for tuning in Daily Diaries Fridays, and also thank you for working with us along this juncture. It has not been that easy without you people, and we don't take that for granted. We appreciate a lot, and thank you, and have a good time. Keep shining, keep it light, keep it here at Daily Diaries Friday. Bye bye. See you next time. Have a good moment.